Okay, welcome back to Safer. Well, we're gonna learn it together then. Okay. Welcome back to Safer at Tanya. We have a special guest, Bayla Nakama Weishar, Tati's firstborn. Oish. Okay. So it's all firstborn Torah scholar. Yay. Now, we left off with Tuesday's Tanya. We should about Hashem and loving Hashem. And yesterday we learned about how a Jewish person loves Hashem, and because Hashem is our true Father, Hashem is our true Father, and okay, go ahead, and that okay, you copy me. Hashem is our true Father, and we love Him and strive to help Him like a child would do anything to save his own parents or her own parents. So since Hashem is our true parent, we're gonna do everything. We love Hashem more than we even love ourselves. That's what it says here in Tanya, and and that it should be we have to bring this into revelation because it's hidden, and by reminding ourselves, it says in yesterday's Tanya, to make it rugil al shona kolo, to make it habitual on the tongue and on the voice, to arouse this intention, the intention to bring out this love of Hashem that we have within us, and to deepen our thoughts in the life of lives, the Ein Sof, the unlimited one, blessed be He, that's Kadosh Baruch Hu, our Father, Rabbeinu, our Father, Ki Hu Avinu Mamash, He is our true Father, and the source of our life. And so when you become familiar with thinking about like this, then it becomes second nature. Now let's go to today. We're going to go to today's Tanya, continuing today. Actually, Wednesday's Tanya. Good. It was raining. Yep. So to yesterday's Tanya continues and says, even if need below, it appears to him seemingly shu koyach demioni. I'm not sure where it is. What I look for? Even if it appears to him that this is shu koyach demioni, it's an illusion. It's illusory that he doesn't really love God like this, and that he thinks he loves God on such a level that he loves God more than himself, that he's deluding himself. A person might think that it's like that. Lo yachush, you shouldn't be worried about it. Ma'achar since shehu emes lamito. It's really true. Really is true. Mitzad atzmai. B'mechinas avas misuteret. It is true to the hidden love that he has within him. Rak only shito elet yitziase lagilo kedei la'avia ledemase. Only shito elet yitziase lagilo kedei. But the benefit derived from the spiritual service through which he effects its emergence into the open is that he should translate it into action. The benefit derived from its emergence into the open is that he should translate it into actions. Rakshato elet, that the benefit, Yitziyasa, in its coming out, Elagilo, to revelation today, is in order to bring it to action, meaning to say, you're going to reveal this love that you have for Hashem, so that should translate into mitzvahs maaseh, action. Shu is a Torah of mitzvahs v'shalomid v'lakayim al yidei zeh, that he endeavors in the Torah and the mitzvahs, and that he learns that shalomid shalamed in the mitzvahs that he learns in Mekayim and that he fulfills ayat through this. Kedei la'asot nachas ruach lefanav, in order that that the Torah that the working in the Torah and the mitzvahs, the Torah and the mitzvahs that he studies and he fulfills through that love, which should be kedei, in order la'asot nachas ruach lefanav, in order to give Hashem a nachas ruach, to give Hashem a nachas ruach lefanav before him. He's park blessed be he, keben oived eta aviv, like a son who serves his father, to cause his father gratification. Since the revelation of this love leads, in fact, to an increased performance, he should not be troubled by the fact that he may be deluding himself and thinking that he possesses this love, when in actuality he does not. Don't worry about it if it's going to bring you to um, actual practical advancement in Torah mitzvahs. And particularly because his soul does in fact love God. So continuing, I was then Amru, and this our sages said in Makar Shabbat Toiva Kadosh Baruch Hu Mitzrafa Lamaase, a good thought Hashem joins to deed Lihiyot Gadvi in the Paracha Kinisrael, to have wings to make it fly up above. Right? So that would be the good thought is that love that you have for Hashem is joined to deed and allowing the deed of Torah mitzvahs to fly up. V'nachas ruach, and the pleasant nachas ruach for Hashem, the nachas, the gratification, spiritual gratification for him, is kamashal simchas hamelech bebenoi shaboy alav b'tsesu bebeta asurim k'nisr le'el. Like the mashal we spoke about earlier, what is this nachas ruach that the king gets, that the father gets? When the son is involved in Torah mitzvahs, it is like the mashal of the joy of the king, that from his son, that what is the son? What happens? The son comes to him in coming out of prison, like we spoke about earlier. The king is delighted that the son emerges from prison, and that's the effect of Torah mitzvahs by becoming involved with Torah mitzvahs, which is one with the king. So the soul, the divine soul, is able to emerge and escape from the imprisonment of the body and rejoin with the king. And that is one nachas ruach. Or here's another nachas ruach. Or or to make the fact that I guess that he's making for Hashem a dira in the lower worlds, like we spoke about earlier. That's another gratification, because that's Hashem's intention in creation, to make a dwelling place in this world. V'hinei, and behold, gam lebechinas nafshi ivisicha, also the aspect of my soul, I desire you, and like we talked about before. This level of acknowledging that your soul is Chelik Eloka, is God. And so it's like your own life. Your own life is godly. So you love, it's like loving your own life is a pathway to loving Hashem. So your own life, as it is attached to your body, like we spoke earlier 2 days ago, is a pathway in loving Hashem. So what about that aspect? This is very close. Karev Adavar Ma'od. This is very close to bring out from concealment into revelation. Nayade Hergel Tami Bifi Velibo Yeshavin. But through constant practice with heart and mouth in full accord, so that one's heart should feel what his mouth utters about God's being his true life. It's interesting. Let's see what we see here. There's a long note, and we'll read this. So let's take a look at this note. Okay. Note 18. Earlier on, when the Alter Rebbe speaks of two types of love, my soul and like a son. The two types of love, the soul, which is your actual life, and like a son who loves Hashem more than yourself. Who loves a father more than his own self. So these two types of love. So the Alter Rebbe first explains the formal love and then the latter. The formal one, my soul, nafshi, ivisicha, my soul, I desire you. And then the later, like a son that strives for his mother to liberate his mother and father. Here, however, when he speaks of the revelation of these kinds of love through the voice, rousing the devout concentration of the heart, when you're talking about revealing the love and that the voice rouses the devout concentration of the heart and mind, he discusses them in the opposite order. He begins by discussing at length that it should be habitual with his tongue and voice, for he is literally our true Father. Only later does he briefly state that even in regard to Nafshi Ibisicha, it is readily possible to bring it out of its concealment through constant practice with mouth and heart in full accord. So when the Alter Rebbe talks about bringing the love into revelation through heart and voice, first the Alter Rebbe speaks with the second mashal of the son who strives for his mother and father, and after then he talks about the mashal he brought first. So why the reverse order? In addition, moreover, the Alter Rebbe immediately follows with this. However, even if he cannot bring it into a revealed state in his heart, all the above seems to indicate that the voice rousing the devout concentration of the heart and mind is more applicable to the um, like the second mushal, more applicable to the second mushal of the sun, more than the first mushal of that Hashem is your life. The Rebbe explains why this is the case. To quote, the love of like a son necessitates that it becomes one nature to perceive that he is our Father, right? Hashem is our Father, an intellectual and emotional concept that Hashem is our Father, unconnected with physicality. It is therefore more readily understood that arousing the kavana through one's voice will be beneficial. The love, okay, why? He's saying that your intention with your voice is more beneficial, will be beneficial because it's a concept and it's intellectual and it's not connected to the physical. The love of my soul, by contrast, necessitates that it becomes one nature to perceive that godliness is his very life. It would seem that if his body doesn't feel this as he does feel the life of his soul when exhausted and so on, what benefit will be derived from the spiritual intention of the heart? Okay? Didn't quite actually get that fully, but I got it partially, and let's return to the actual meat of the matter here. So, what we were saying is that when the other Rebbe says, "My soul, I desire you," that your soul, that's loving Hashem because He is your actual life and soul. So, and that you can bring that from concealment to revelation readily with this idea of your heart and mouth in full accord. Ach, but if you're not able to bring the love out into a revealed state in the heart, nevertheless, he's able. You're able to nevertheless work in the Torah and the mitzvahs for their own sake. By forming a thought, by forming this matter of love in his thoughts, in his mind. Machshava tova, Kadosh Baruch Hu, mitzrafa chuli. And a good thought, Hashem joins it to deed. And therefore it is possible for his Torah mitzvahs to be elevated to the Sephirot as if he had fulfilled them with a revealed love. Let's go You know what? We'll split this one. Okay, so that concludes Wednesday, and where we spoke about revealing the love that we have. And even if it occurs to you that you don't have this type of exalted love, don't worry about it. You actually do. And you just need to do some exertion to bring it to revelation, which involves using your voice and your um, heart. Your voice and your hearts should be joined in this idea that Hashem is your life or your father. Let's continue tomorrow. Thursday's Tanya. Erev Tov.